die with a smile. And my 6-year-old was asking me, how do you die with a smile? And I said, one day I will tell you. Because right now, I don't know.
Topic time, where we talk about what you think about.
Welcome to Topic Time, here on the Orange Lounge on Radio Max 105.1 FM. A midlife crisis is a period of emotional turbulence and self-reflection experienced by some middle-aged adults, typically between the ages of 40 and 60, marked by a desire or a strong desire for change due to questioning life choices, re-evaluating identity, and confronting mortality. It is a psychological phase, not a clinical diagnosis, that may involve feelings of anxiety, depression, dissatisfaction, and regret, sometimes leading to impulsive behaviors or significant life changes to regain a sense of youth or purpose. So tonight on Topic Time, we are discussing navigating midlife crisis as a couple, supporting each other through life's transitions. Let's discuss. Okay, so joining me on Topic Time tonight are Nana Barnes, the business management consultant, and Miss Philo. Hopefully Nana will pop in every now and then. I am HKO, and so we begin our discussion now. Good evening, Ebujavo.
Good evening, my brother, and good evening, Miss Philo.
Good evening, Nana Barnes. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good.
This is Philomena speaking.
Yes, I know that.
Okay.
Yes, I'm scared to mention the Mina. I don't want to mention Mina, so now I want to short it Philo.
Okay.
That was Philomena.
No, isn't it about those here?
That was Philomena. And she said, why do your friend Comfort? Eka Comfort
It's
also.
Comforts.
One friend Comfort,
It's
your friend Comfort. S one spell more and share. No asanaka CEO. Auntie Philomena.
Okay.
It's Philomena.
Yo, yeah.
That's my name, not your name, Nana. What in the moon to Mumona a hunting hun? Do you get it? So it's a hunting hun. I respect that.
Okay.
So please.
So as part of this discussion too, you can also send us your contribution via text or WhatsApp or voice notes to 024-488-3008. Better yet, check out HKO Live on all social media, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and send us a message there. We'll gladly read it as part of our discussion. Alright, so let's begin this way. This is how I put my initial question. Is forgetfulness part of the midlife crisis?
Yes, I think it's part of midlife crisis. This has really, I mean, stated during your presentation. At that stage, we tend to, go through a whole lot. It's a stage of reflection. It's a time where you reassess your life, look at where you are as against, the goals that you set for yourself. So at that point, where you are around 30, 40, 60 years, it's a very critical time where you look back and reassess all these things to know whether you are really doing the right thing or not. So at the point when you realize that you are actually off track, that is when you come into that state where depression sometimes comes in, anxiety and all that. And when you get into that state, it is possible that forgetfulness will also come in. So I agree for forgetfulness. I mean, it's part of a midlife crisis.
I see, because man be a minimum na also in the paying kakra. It's on easy 40 and say easy 40. Na easy 40 no. That could na ni be free. As I try to be 3 or 4 days be. Ti all catch no kun na ni kun catch no 40 days 40 days. So Oh, Dabi. Anyway, so now that we have that out of the way, my next question will be that what's the most annoying part of going through midlife crisis? Like, there's always a particular one with every human being that really you don't like it, whether you're a woman or a man. What is the common one that runs through all of these? The question again. That what is the most annoying part of going through midlife crisis? Now you have the question.
Anyway,
Yeah.
you see, it's also a stage where you begin to see changes in your physical, changes in your social, changes in your mental, almost every aspect of life. You begin to see certain change, even in your finances. So it's when you begin to, like, for instance, Nana Winter when day, because when it's age or gray hair. So we tell what he doesn't want to look he doesn't want to look old. All right. So and there more year very there. You see those changes, and if you are not so careful and you don't come to terms with those changes, you might think say, oh, you're normal. And he put you in that box where you feel like, I mean, this is not you. You know, there are sometimes I sit down, I'm like, hey, but when I was in my 20s, I had a lot of social friends, people, social media, chatting, people calling you. But you get to a certain stage in your life, you realize that some of those people are no more there with you. So there are certain things that you expect that you have them at that stage. You don't have them again. As I said, you might have a protruded stomach. Maybe you used to play football. I mean, you are a football loving guy like myself. At a point, you can't play anymore. Friday. My boys, my young boys. I'm going to look to join but mini captain too. Or that buffer, I'm going to they show my wife, who have that height. What's what I pay? This is what I have for my ball. They tell to go to jail, but to go to jail. So it's like that. It's a transition. You get to that state where so certain things you are not comfortable with. That is, loneliness sometimes also come in. You get it because some of those friends within your illness at home, you will be admitted to when everybody is busy managing their business. Sometimes you feel lonely. Thomas not there. The moment there, if you don't manage well, sometimes you're comfortable. That's why sometimes people even get into that, that stage of depression, anxiety, because otherwise you're lonely. If them say you so to say, maybe your mom or your parents why you paying for you are now taking care of them. And they don't partner so to say that wasting. You don't really I remember those times when I was very young in Kumasi. My mom would be calling me every day. So can you meet it? It's a stage in life that all those people are no more there with you. Friend that you can go out and have fun, will be paying. So I mean, like we are in our 40s, when we get into the 50s, that's not. I mean, to summarize what I'm saying is that you get to that stage, you don't enjoy certain things again. That is how it makes it uncomfortable because there are certain things you might in normal life you enjoy, or when you were young you enjoy them. At that stage you don't enjoy them, or you don't have them.
Or the guys who made you enjoy them are no longer around for you. Because
partly.
Naturally there are sometimes some of us who depend on others to get our groove on. So when such people are not around, then it becomes a challenge for us to generate that out of ourselves to keep ourselves going.
Harry, then this particular one, just imagine if you go 40s or maybe out of stress and work, you know, it develops maybe health conditions which doesn't allow you from maybe eating sugar. All right, maybe blood pressure, also eating sugar. Another, and the way the baby means they even meat. Remember, these are things maybe when growing up you love them and you would want to enjoy them, but at the stage now, body now transform. You may be a benton doctor will advise you don't do A, don't do B. So it's a stage my uncomfortable I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, you are.
Yes, you are uncomfortable because you would love to do certain things you're not able to do. Maybe when growing up, you had that strong sex drive. And you're paying into me, because you're the na you be young dance now from Kakrantino. With all these things, that stage, it's not that comfortable. Honestly.
Okay.
Okay, Nana wants to say something.
I really love when Nana Banks came in with making an example with time Kumasina or Yedma Friend, my friend Debia. When there's a catch of girls' school. So that's by the way. And with this one, yes, especially when you are 40 for the soy, like you do 50 in a corner. Now, with sex drive, those days you can go about 6 rounds, 7 rounds, as you usually do. You can do all the styles that you want to do.
What in the Valenciaga?
Now you can't, and you just look at the young guys enjoying what you used to enjoy. You get it? Say, when I tell say, do you know the normal proverbs they give? Oh, paying no being ye bida. That probably do ye bida. It's just like you just feel low.
Is it
And they show home crying because you find yourself at a tight corner that you wish to be in that mood, but you can't because of situation. And moreover, at times too, you lack of understanding. Like you think people don't understand you. Today in America, there your friend and 7 rounds and 8 rounds. Philo say, "Wah, you see, they don't understand me." You get it?
Yeah.
Nana Banks doesn't understand me.
But you think I understand you?
Oh, for you, there, you are my. For you, there, you understand me. You get it? Because at that stage, you feel like people don't understand you. And whatever you say, they always think that we always think that so they feel like we don't understand them. Everyone on mommy, tell me I am from Mano. Oh, mommy can send me with the 50s. And everyone else, Mama, them tell me could read monopost for there. And we say food 50s. Now I've read that. Mommy started to casa. Hey, I say, monopost, so do them time your castle. Eh, my casa. You see, so she doesn't. She felt that I don't understand her because when that's my daughter, Nana needs to understand. And these are some of the things because it's stages. But what the difficult aspect power women for 1 year when they realize that their sex drive is low. Actually, on their boy, then on Tase. On a do who one there. As a pain of being a bit and a frabber to be a bidder.
Anyway, so you have something to say?
And then, like, is it, and then one thing too is when there are internal conflicts, like within you, you fight. What if you like something that has happened in the past? You dwell on it keeps ringing. Like it always makes you, like you always fighting with yourself. Why did I do that? Why didn't this go that way? Why did this blah 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 happen? And then you start fighting. One kasa what's one like
You're at
I
war
could
with
have
yourself.
yes, I could have. So when those things come, when you keep dwelling on the past too much, that one too it becomes very annoying. And then there are mood swings. You see, as an individual, there may be at times that you wouldn't be in that. Even as women can put they say more when they are menstruating, their mood swings almost every day. You see, so sometimes certain things that shouldn't be a problem. No, now if you would dream, so idea air laughter, no now mood as a sound of a sudden. You see, you go off like that. Obiala so no one could tell him. But Obia so she the mood like you keep swinging, your mood emotional, keeps changing like that. So when it happens, Charlie, you become very annoying with yourself. One can say to one can say bro behind she will bufu.
I see.
You get it. So like it's one of those things. But it varies based on individual differences. Mood swing varies. What could happen to me wouldn't happen to Nana.
And right now, I just realized it. If financially you are well, you are in a good state financially, I think it also eases this mood swing bit.
The money is there.
So the added pressure of not having money doesn't really affect you so much. So you have the room to maneuver and manipulate
Because
yourself quite well.
like, not to cut you, but I'll cut you too. Like, for example, some people even compare themselves to their colleagues, their mates. Hey, this person was my mate. Oh, look at where he's gotten to. And then when you look at where he is, the bottom, and then the person is maybe up there. You see, you do compare. Hey, of course, you are in start yo. Hey, I was with Kwame now. No, the major in the Mumpono junior. Sometimes, so like when you start reflecting on all these things now, financially, no, like when you look at now look at your age, there is nothing in your pocket where you wanted your case to get to. And all that. Then when you look at your mates, those that you grew up with and those that you even worked with, some were even your juniors in the offices, but you could see them like at higher places. Some are even living in their own houses, riding their own cars and all that. But you are even renting a car. As soon as it's a problem. And even money sometimes to even take care of the family cry becomes a problem. You see, when this comparison comes, it becomes a very challenging thing. For you become annoyed with yourself almost all the time.
All right.
To add to what this fellow said, this, but they say life begins at 40. And this is me. Really, I go to the age of 40 years, I lost my job.
Wow.
All right. 40 years now, then that's the time that you lose your job. I go for the decide, okay, me close down our bank now. I want to make you unemployed. I can do that. That was the time I was about to start on legacy project as well against it. Somebody is very active on the platform for that I call that Kakra. I have to start my own companies. And it wasn't easy for me at that time. All that means flow saying is very real. I went through them. Sometimes you wake up and you see your colleagues. So they're not even comfortable being on social media. So people will posting pictures, videos here and there, and this is you. That time you also expect to do some of these things, but won't come back. What you must say? It's a very critical moment in our life. That if you don't manage, as I repeat, don't manage it very well, you will enter into a serious state of depression. If you will start to just end your life. It's a very serious issue. I've been through it. I know how it is.
Right. If you just tuned in, we are on Topic Time on the Orange Lounge. We are looking at navigating midlife crisis as a couple, supporting each other through life's transitions. Okay, I'm here with Nana Ehuntehun and Miss Philo, and Nana Bans is on the line with us. You haven't missed so much, so you're welcome. All right, so next we're looking at the advantages and disadvantages of midlife crisis, because my mind works in a very strange way that whenever we think it is so negative, I tend to think that if we looked closely or deeper into it, there is some advantage to that thing we are complaining or murmuring about. So let's go on and look at some of the disadvantages of midlife crisis. Who's beginning for us, Nana?
Missed opportunity. I'll begin.
Missed opportunities.
Missed opportunities. So is it that sometimes there are certain opportunities that might have come your way along the line, but you rejected them. So sometimes when you cast your mind back and you recall it, like, it becomes very painful. I am a victim of that. I remember that when I had an opportunity to work with SIC. As at that time, it was a contract basis, so I felt like a contract date can be terminated anytime.
You
So
look
I rather
too much into the negative than.
so why don't I rather go to school? So I spoke to the HR, and then I don't know how I got the job. It was a miracle. Somebody just recommended me without me even knowing. So I was just there one day, and then they called me that Philo does blah, blah, because that time then they were looking for someone who stays within that jurisdiction
Wow.
to get it, and I was there too. So it was a worker from there who was leaving and then recommended me. So they just come, but I looked at the contracts. So I felt like contracts could be terminated anytime. So why don't I rather upgrade myself? So that time you couldn't do distance wherever you are, unlike now.
Yeah.
So I chose education, forgetting that when I get the education, I'll come back and look for job.
Yeah.
After completion, when I came back, I called those women, and now they've changed her position, so I couldn't get that job. So sometimes when I sit back and
Yeah.
I reflect,
Uh-huh.
I was like, I should have taken that opportunity.
You just reminded me of a friend who works in a bank. She also got in through an agency, so it was a contract. And I remember in the early days, she used to complain a lot about how they were being treated because they were not like permanent staff, as they call them. And every time I tell her that, Charlie, one day, I mean, the tables will turn or things will become different than. Then, fast forward, somewhere in the middle of a long journey with this bank, they one day decide that everyone on their payroll as a contract, they are absorbing all of them like that. Do you understand?
So now she became a permanent.
So she
he or
became a
permanent
permanent
staff.
staff, and I have told her that she's going to manage one of those branches before she retires, if she
That
decides
is
to
Prophet
retire.
HK who has spoken.
Do you understand? So I feel like it may be worse. You know the situation as it is at Radio Max sometimes. When I meet some of the young guys here, I tell them that look, it might not be as rosy as some other places, but you have opportunity, and that is a big deal. You are not being asked to pay for that opportunity, so treat it as such and give it your all, because you never know who is listening to you at the time you are complaining or murmuring
yeah.
about issues. But if you are giving it your all, you are sowing a seed. It will not go bad. It will die and germinate for you. Okay. And then you don't have much to add. Another one, let me come to you.
Yeah, I think that some of the benefits, I mean,
No,
it
we
gives
are
you
looking
that
at the disadvantages now.
the disadvantages. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think we really, I mean,
So
mentioned a lot of
you
them.
think
So,
we are done with the okay? Then
yeah, I think
let's move on. Let's move on to the
So,
benefits
Like,
then.
no, that is advantage. We also have like depression and anxiety.
Depression and anxiety.
Yeah, when the one become like one of the crises of
Like you who want fana abu welcome you.
welcome
Welcome
you
to-
kind of shoot. I don't know, look where you get it. So and then sometimes you become depressed. Like my story that I shared with you now. If care is not taken, you sit back, be depressed.
Oh,
You get it.
it's
It's parts of life, but
yeah.
there are some people that they can't.
yeah.
Yeah, contain it
If you
that
don't
much.
get to understand that there is something like a lost opportunity, and that if you position yourself right again, the earth is still going round. You will surely find another opportunity.
But Henry,
And so
what Philo just said, you know,
And
these things
sleep.
normally have so much effect. Like the life story that she just gave. Similarly, I was there, a colleague just called me. Charlie, what's a go for so far, grow for? At that time, I asked of the position, and it was like senior rank. I said, okay. But now, I was having a friend who was not working at that time. I said, look, my friend, you are not working. Then why don't you just apply to it? He said, oh, I said, no, I know someone. So the person, you just go to the person, and he will take you to go to Accra, because go for normal, they were taking their in Accra. So you go to Accra. When you get there, I'll just talk to the person over there that I said you should come. Fortunately, when he got there, the one he met too was his friend.
Okay.
So now I said, we travel for Malabeton Queen. Then the friend asked, okay, he said this person, okay, let me then go and see this person. Luckily for him, he was picked up.
So you got a job?
He got a job. I think a year later, I realized that the job I was doing was not employee. So I sat down. I said, I could go for sir. And I asked this my friend that, oh, Charlie, as you are there, if there's any opportunity, let me know. On which I go for so, there was opportunities upon opportunities. But what he felt like, say, I'll come as a senior officer. Next way,
and there was this couple more.
That's the scanning and idea. So one day I was talking to one of the officers over there that, oh, I wanted a job, but now I've been just now the guy you said is your brother. They've advertised so many times at the premises, and I don't know that you are looking for a job. Like I could have just called you, but unfortunately now there's no vacancy.
Damn.
And when you sit down and you reflect, the time this guy was coming to you, like you feeding the guy, now we couldn't go first. That's or not opportunity na banana or block you from getting that opportunity. If you are not careful, depression will set in. So especially if the life becomes very tough for you, that you cannot even find something, put food on the table for the family. Now we don't want to go for by now. Millionaire, way at least I'll bring some home for the family to depend on. So I mean I said depression is something that we cannot do away when it comes to that. You need to be very careful.
Oh, okay. Let's get out of this depression mode and do some.
And then CHQ, there could be also a marital and family conflicts. It can also lead to marital and family. Like, is it because you are not yourself, you are aged, where do baby and your man no. Sometimes even when your children comes to you for something, the kind of answer you give them, or how as a parent is supposed to even talk to them. Say, but when they're not go so like always the kids, if care is not taken, the kids might feel that if your daddy or mommy doesn't like us, they wouldn't understand your situation. You two thinking that they are kids, you can't explain everything to them. Do you get it?
Yeah.
But I say a buyer and now bros went me and share what the phone yawn can't be a share. So sometimes these are some of the things it can create when it comes to the family.
All right.
Topic time.
All right, Nana.
Hello.
Yes, let's do the benefits. It's good I said we should do the disadvantages before the benefits. So let's do the benefits of midlife crisis to the individual now.
Yeah, I think it offers the individual that opportunity to reassess, their life to align or realign to, the rules that they set. Sometimes at a point in life, you need to sit down to check whether you're actually on the right path, or that the rules that you set for yourself. We all had vision, we all had goals. This means I'm a doctor, this is my accountant. At that point, let me figure out whether you are actually on track. A lot of certain challenges come, and sometimes we move away from the goal that we have set for ourselves. So I believe it offers us an opportunity to reassess ourselves if we are going to know whether we are on track or not. And be able to, if we are not, then try to bring ourselves back on track. So I believe that is one advantage of a midlife crisis.
Okay, so I feel there is also opportunity for you to do things again, but this time from an experienced position and a much more effective or efficient manner. Because if you look ahead of yourself, you can't say you have a lot of time, and plus when you look behind, it's as if you have wasted a lot of time. So anytime you are tackling something within this age bracket, it's like you are more focused and more assertive than you have been before. So that's one thing I feel happens, especially
It's better. Yeah, it's very true. It's very true. Because at that point, if you've learned from your lesson, for your mistakes, when you are more experienced, and I mean, even in terms of finance, that you this are able to manage your finance. If it usually has to do with finance, you're able to manage your finance very well. If it has to do with marriage, because maybe your previous marriage actually didn't work out, maybe you knew one or two things that you did that actually contributed to the divorce. So this time around, if you should get another second chance into another one's life, you try not to repeat such mistakes again. So just as Riley said, it offers another opportunity, and this time around, because we are more experienced, we tend to do things right better than before.
And then when
So I align, yeah.
all right.
And then when it comes to this couple thing that I talked about the disadvantage, the beneficial side to is as couples now it helps you to improve your communication skills. Now if there are issues, you know how to approach them, how to talk about it, how to go about, and then you understand individual, like you understand kind of saying each other better. Your understanding will be much better as compared to before and all that.
Okay, so as always on the topic time, we try to be very practical. So our next question is, what are the steps to navigate midlife crisis as a couple? Because a married man, a married woman going through this whilst married, you by all means you need the support of your partner in order to go through this, overcome it, and become a better you, and to a large extent a better person for the entire family as well. So let's do steps to navigate this.
You should be an active listener.
So the one who is providing the support for, say, the man who is now going through this crisis should be an active listener.
Listen.
Stop the nagging. Just listen to the man when he is talking. Okay.
So that the person can bring out whatever is hidden in him.
Okay.
You get, but now Pekasado do that is not the best. Just listen to the person. I remember you've shared a story here before that a friend just called you to talk about. You listened to the person at a length, and then at the end of the day, the person thanked you for giving him.
Yeah.
So you should be a very good active listener to your partner.
Yeah, no, we are listening.
Yes, I also believe one way to do it is to accept the change.
Okay.
Because it's at a stage where the body has gone through a change. Maybe there's been a change around you. It's very important that you accept that change. Right? And the second point I will state is that you must also identify and accept that certain circumstances are beyond us. There's nothing you can do about it. When you get to that point, realize that there's nothing you can do about it. Let it go. Because we don't go back, we go forward.
Yeah.
Until to that stage, there's nothing you can do. No minute we are Papa 65 years. So also you move. Also on put up a pain.
I see.
But you need to understand that you fear that I
is it the yomo that is your problem or what?
Either you move, because I work some, then never to go to work some. We don't go you move sometimes. Management, every week you move. What you are, what you have to do in you move. Oh, yeah.
I remember I had there was this headmaster that I worked with. Okay, you muna no okay so no one shatter white shirts no.
Nah,
In top of that, sometimes you see him covering the neck with a handkerchief.
I see.
But still I didn't kick him. Or son, a bonus son in and I'm no. What come?
You
I
can't-
could cause at night.
Oh no, was it? You can't cheat nature.
Itu one shot tell white. Go with the new to some boy. The new thing.
But you're new to
So one week, that.
ever since I met him, Moon, I show you, madam.
That's how die a blood. Another boy.
See that?
Anthony Maboa.
As Nana Banks is talking, you see how you are happy. If you see how you are happy, oh me, I will not see anything.
Oh,
I'm might have to miss your move.
I will not see anything.
Hey, SQ, one thing too is like you can have an open dialogue. That is, you listen to each other's feelings. You listen to the person's feelings, desires, the person's fears. Until you talk about it, communicate it. Mon kasa. Oh, Madam Musreni.
That is, there should be an open communication.
so
Like talk about
more or less be more sensitive to each other than before.
Yes.
Alright.
Very, very, very. The person's desires, the fears, and then what the person wants and all that.
So
Because
what
people might
you
be
are saying, I just want to find out, you know, then I'm curious, I want to
whatever
find
be
out.
film.
So does it mean that me find there, if I've realized that, or you realize that the sex drive of your partner is down? And
Why
that is
not? You let the person know, you communicate it.
to the person?
Sure.
So
Bakweku, ebia first nanka ebia ye ni day ya. It's last for this time. Na sisi ade de
Nah, ba.
yo. So you let a person know. Ebi pa na on ebia it could be stress, or it could be overthinking or something, or something that the person is going through. So the person, you just communicate it to him. Then the person works towards it if it's workable.
Maybe a minute man. She's a seconds man.
No. If there is more going there, you must also, prioritize self-care.
Okay.
I mean, through a exercises is very important. Yes, after depression, as in exercise helps to curb depression. And when you get to that stage, when you put one, it's good that you also, do more of exercises to strengthen our body and our organs to be able to, overcome some of these challenges. Then also, I believe we must also maintain that sense of purpose. Have a purpose. If and there because of what you must say, then you begin to look down upon yourself. Then maybe I have to be before. If you have that strong self-esteem in yourself, that belief in yourself, that look, I've lost my job, but that's not the end. I can still go back again. Go back and go start sending applications again. All right. So I believe that sense of purpose is very important. Don't move away because of what you might say, today, that is the end of the world. I have to go look for something else. That job is to go back again, put in that effort. I'm sure another company will be looking for your service. So that's, that sense of purpose should also be there.
Okay. At this moment, I'll take concluding remarks from all of you. They say ladies first. Or in other words, you go first.
Miss Philomena.
The thing is Philomena. What's about Philomena?
Nana.
So just something that you've gathered from all of this that
And
you want to share.
So
At least in a minute. Then.
navigating these kind of problems, I think one of the ways, or we've talked about most of them, and I think what we can do is let's look at the triggers. You look at the triggers, no. So if you know what triggers the actor, then you find a solution, or you find a nice way of working things out, so that like you wouldn't be triggered for you to do something that you might regret in the future. And then whenever, just as he said, whenever you lose an opportunity, that isn't the end of of life. Like, you bounce back. You see, and you just be positive. Say to yourself that, hey, I can do it. Then, just come back and then ignite the fire, push it, and then before you realize, you'll be back on your feet as well.
All right.
So don't be depressed, man. And let's surround ourselves during situations like this too. Let's surround ourselves with positive people.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Okay, then, Abans.
Yes, I think one has to plan and plan very well, and put in place very good and very strong measures that will, that will serve as pillars as against such, turbulent times. So that when you get to that stage, that your 40s or 60s or your 50s, and there's any bad wind blowing, you'll be in a position to withstand, or you have certain reserve that can hold you for some time before, you realign yourself. So I believe we need to plan very well, and when we do that, when such times come, we have a strong plan that can stand and be able to navigate through.
All right. So, thanks, Nana. Nana will sit out this one as he preps for Nana's dilemma. But here is what I would say to end everything. Midlife crisis can also offer a significant advantage by promoting personal growth. We spoke about that, which can lead to increased self-awareness and providing an opportunity to pursue a more authentic and fulfilling life. It can spark the courage to make necessary life changes. We spoke about exercise and stuff like that, such as career shift or relationship re-evaluations, and foster the rediscovery of forgotten passions. If you look within yourself, you will realize you are not given only one talent. So, by pushing individuals out of their comfort zones, this period of dissatisfaction can result in a profound personal redefinition, ultimately leading to a richer and more purposeful life later.
Topic time.
Right. Many thanks to Miss Philo, Nana Hunteun, and Nana Bans. And folks, that's a wrap on our discussion for today. Do catch our podcast on YouTube as well as Spotify at HKO Live. And remember to join us next time for more topic time. If there is a topic that you want us to look at intimately on the show, you can send us an email to hkoliveweekly@gmail.com.
You're listening to the